Bible story Crucifixion of Jesus. Roman soldiers made Jesus carry his own cross. Two criminals sentenced to death by crucifixion were forced to do the same. They were led out of the city to be crucified. A large crowd followed, including women who mourned and wailed for Jesus. Jesus was weak from his beatings and fell. The soldiers grabbed a man in the crowd, Simon from Cyrene in North Africa, and forced him to carry the cross. They led Jesus out of the city to a place called Golgotha, meaning the place of a skull. Jesus and the two criminals were nailed to their crosses. Jesus was in the middle with a criminal either side. It was 9 o'clock in the morning. The soldiers divided Jesus' clothes among them. The inner garment, woven in one piece without seams, was too valuable to divide, so they cast lots for it. It fulfilled the prophecy of Psalm 22:18. They divided my clothes among them and cast lots for my garment. Those who passed by hurled insults at Jesus, shaking their heads and saying, "You said you would destroy the temple and rebuild it in 3 days. Come down from the cross and save yourself." The chief priests and elders mocked, "He saved others, but he cannot save himself." The soldiers also joined in the mocking. One of the criminals joined in with those insulting Jesus. "Aren't you the Messiah? Save yourself and us." But the other criminal rebuked him. "Don't you fear God? We are getting our just punishment, but this man has done nothing wrong." Then he turned and said, "Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom." Jesus replied, "I tell you the truth. Today you will be with me in paradise." At noon, darkness came over the land until 3 in the afternoon. At around 3 in the afternoon, Jesus called out in a loud voice, my God, why have you forsaken me?" Then Jesus exclaimed, "Father, into your hands I commit my spirit." He breathed his last breath. The Roman centurion, in charge of the crucifixion, who had been watching Jesus die, suddenly praised God and said, "Surely this was the Son of God." As evening approached and the next day was the Sabbath, Pilate gave permission for the legs of those being crucified to be broken so they would quickly die. The legs of the two criminals either side of Jesus were broken. However, as Jesus was already dead, a soldier thrust a spear into his side and blood drained out. It fulfilled the prophecies that, "Not one of his bones will be broken," Psalm 34:10, "and they will look at the one they have pierced," Zechariah 12:10. A good and upright man, named Joseph from Arimathea, who was a member of the Jewish council, went to Pilate and asked permission to bury Jesus. Pilate agreed. Joseph took the Jesus body down, wrapped it in linen cloth and took it to an empty tomb cut in the rock. A large stone was rolled over the entrance. The Pharisees, aware that Jesus had said, "After 3 days I will rise again," asked Pilate to post a guard on the tomb. The tomb was sealed, and a guard sat on it.